Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Thursday, July 31st presentation call. Well, this month's over, and my name is James C. Hill. I go by JC. I'm the founder of Gold Crowdfunding. We're very excited. The growth just continues, nice, steady growth. And we know that right around the corner, any day now, this is just going to go nuts. And the neat thing about it is, all of you were able to be here at the beginning of this whole thing, because I truly, and so do several of the people that I've worked with closely, believe this is going to go viral. And I've been there, done that several times. So when I tell you that that's going to happen, you can pretty well count on it. I'm not one of these people that believe in hype. I love the project that the particular person, the page that I'm on right now, you can see that that is a hydroponic plant growing project. They're working to try to help the millions of orphans in the Philippines, and I applaud those type of missions. And this particular lady is doing real well in using our platform to start her crowdfunding project. So, what is crowdfunding? Let's start with that. Well, I could tell you that you need to explore this. And you might think, well, that's silly, sending people to, competition and all that type of thing. And no, I really don't see them as competition, because anybody who goes to those other platforms, if they were to see ours, they would immediately come on board with us. But crowdfunding, there's different types of crowdfunding. This is not equity crowdfunding. That's an area we don't want to get into. But crowdfunding was made legal back in 2012. It was signed into law by President Obama. And it has really been going on much earlier than that. And it's been going on around other parts of the world. It's now in 60 or 70 countries. There's something like 3,000 platforms. But you need to go to websites like Kickstarter, crowdfunding.com. That's where GoFundMe is. And I believe that's the site that Donald Trump made a rather sizable contribution to, and is very involved in that project. And the main difference between our crowdfunding project platform compared to the others is that, one, we pay out 100%. And I've even seen these other platforms say, if they're saying that, they're lying, and that's not how we run our program here. We don't lie. We're actually doing that. And we're also have something that is very, very unique, and that is to grow your donator base by referring others who also want a project, and then they refer others, and they refer others, and it is something that none of the other platforms are doing at all. All the other platforms are somewhat unilateral. What do I mean by that? All the people that participate in these other platforms have to go out and find people to come to their website. So they drive traffic there and ask these people to make a donation to their project. One way. It's unilateral. Now, with us, on the other hand, we are bilateral. In other words, what you can do is go to people and say, do you have, well, first of all, you'd ask them if they've ever heard of crowdfunding, and there's a pretty good chance that they haven't. But if they haven't, try to tell them a little bit about it after you go out and obtain your knowledge. But if they said they have, say, you know, you're part of a very unique platform in which you are looking for people who have a project and would like some help. And by you helping them, you're actually helping yourself. And they don't pay you any, funds for anything like helping them, with one exception that I'll be getting to in a little bit. But you might ask yourself, who would you talk to? Who needs to raise funds for something? And I've got a very good answer for that. And the answer is everybody. There's not one person that I doubt that you could find anybody that doesn't have projects in which they need to raise funds for that project. I was in the bank the other day talking to an officer there that I have befriended, and I said to him, what kind of project did he had? And he said, well, he didn't really have a project. And I said, really? I said, I think everybody has a project. And we sat down at his desk, and I saw a picture of his two children. I said, are your children going to go to college? And he said, well, yeah. And he's kind of grasping at his collar, knowing that this is going to be a struggle because, oh my goodness, what is college going to cost in another 10 years? And I said, his name is Nick. I said, Nick, there's two big projects right there. Not only for college, but you're still raising them. And that's expensive. That's a project, two projects. And I said, you got to kind of expand and think about it. What all, could you do if you have a means to have a project in which people would like to donate to your cause? And I said, the nice thing about our project, our platform, is that you can help them realize their project, and because of that, you will automatically succeed at yours. So we just recently put the project page up there, and we're working on improving it. I'm not really satisfied with it. I'll continue to work on it. And oh, by the way, another little announcement. If you have any need for support, guys, I got to tell you, and I'm sorry about this, but I probably shouldn't be. I am so busy at this point that I really can't take too many calls and emails and Skypes. I'm just so busy, it's crazy. And I need to stay focused on this, on the benefit of everybody. Everybody's counting on me to get these things done. And a lot of the things that I'm talking about, you don't know anything about. But I'm very, very busy. So if it's something that absolutely has to go to admin, then send in a support ticket to admin at goldcrowdfunding.com. But chances are, when I see it, I'll probably send it over to support anyway, unless I look at it and I go, okay, this is somebody that really needs to talk to me. Otherwise, even if you think that it's something that I need to see, send it to support@goldcrowdfunding.com, and our support person will filter it. And if it needs to get to me, she'll call me up and ask how she should respond to it, because I'm much faster at talking than I am typing. And so anyway, our website is pretty interesting, and I'm not going to really give you much of a tour here, but I will tell you that on the engine page is a video that you need to watch, and it tells you how this engine, this gold generating engine, works. And it's not that lengthy, but it's something that you really need to see. There's also a really good page on the back, the last tab, FAQs, and you can go through that. I really encourage you to go through all of this. Now, we do have approved policies and procedures. It's just a matter of me building the page that those so that we can show you those policies and procedures. I do believe that we'll have them up and posted within the next day or two. Um, I'm still waiting for my developer to come back from a very important trip that he went on. And as soon as he's there, then we'll get that posted. Um, I do apologize. There was, well, he did fix one problem where the JavaScript was there that I told you about on Tuesday, where when you went to my project page, it actually came up with this warning saying that files were missing and all that. If you ever see that, disregard it. It's just say okay, but we're trying to make sure that that doesn't pop up anymore. It's just a little JavaScript issue when I upload some pages. Let's get into how this platform works. This is the platform is called Stairway to Freedom. The company is Gold Crowdfunding, and the platform is called Stairway to Freedom because it looks very much like a stairway, and so we have put it in a way that you can easily understand this. It is a lot easier than you might think. And I've heard many people who initially see this or hear a presentation say that it's difficult. And it isn't very long, sometimes just a matter of days, that they come back to me and say that it's easy. And it really is. And the difficulty that we have is that we try to make it into something that we're familiar with. And there isn't anything familiar about this at all. If there is one word that I would use to describe our platform, that one word would be unique. Now, there are 7 steps above you. Actually, it goes further than that, but in reference to explaining this platform, I only need to show you 7. And there are 7 steps below you. And again, it goes much further than that. But in regards to you directly, 7 above you, 7 below you. Now, we've put a number in here that is very minuscule, and we like to be very conservative in our numbers and projections and all that. And what we're showing here is actually where you would refer 4 people and they refer 4 and they refer 4. Now, I got to tell you, that's not what should happen. Please understand that. And this is not any kind of matrix, okay? It's actually a one-level affiliate type of a program, only you're actually receiving, it's not affiliate program, okay? You're receiving donations from as many as 7 levels down, but only one person is receiving the donation. So it's not, where we're paying out a bunch of people. Okay, just one person's receiving the donation. That's why I said.
I'm going to pause this just for a minute. I think some of you that aren't used to doing anything like this, well, there has been nothing like this as far as crowdfunding for many of you, but a lot of people, if you notice, he said you're trying to make it something you're familiar with. So those people that have done online businesses, affiliate marketing, network marketing, you guys are probably putting this into a kind of a package. And for those of you that have never done anything like this, you're probably feeling a little confused, but just stick with it and just know I'm here for you. You can always call me and ask me any questions if you're a little confused, but just try to stay with it because it is very simple, although it looks a little confusing if you're not used to it. So I just wanted to, give you that little input. Okay, let's let JC continue his presentation.
It's very unique. But you really ought to be sharing this with 10, 20, 100. All right. If you go to these other crowdfunding programs, platforms, you'll see that that's exactly what those people are doing. If you were to get involved in Kickstarter or GoFundMe and you brought 4 to the table, forget it. You're not going to earn much of anything. Now, with ours, that could be, all you need, but you shouldn't think that way. You should be thinking in much, much higher numbers, more like the hundreds, like you'll see on those sites. But this is a type of thing where, and in another way that it's bilateral in, that you make a donation on to the steps above you, and in order to be qualified to receive from the steps that are below you. So it's kind of an expression that you've heard many times. Give and ye shall receive in plenty, or sow and ye shall reap. Those type of things. So anyway, uh, I want you to keep an eye on this as I go up the steps. This right here is the $10 donation, and that's where we start this out at. Everybody joins for free, but the first donation you'd make is $10. And a lot of people think that they can do much with a program that's $10, and I got to tell you, they're absolutely wrong in this case. And then those that you bring in on your first step make a donation to you for $10, and you get to keep all of it. See, we keep that first step very, very different than the rest of these. There are no qualification requirements for this. Somebody could come in homeless and find their way to the library, and or a friend, or somebody that cares about them takes them to the library, and they have access to a computer, and they could share this with somebody that they know, and they could come in and make a donation of $10 or 110 or 1,110, and they get all of it, and they haven't put in penny one. I don't think you've ever seen anything like that before. I may be wrong, but they could share this with 10, 20, 30 people that would do that same thing, and they get to keep all of it. 100%. Now, to go beyond step 1, that's when the rules change, because that isn't like these other platforms, and it's very different, and that's where you need to qualify. And I had somebody the other day say, what do I need to qualify? Do I need to bring in a lot of people? I said, no. Make a single donation to one person. In this case, 2 steps up. And that one single donation qualifies you for everybody who is on your step 2. And that is a $40 donation. When you made your donation, it was 40. And why do I have 20 over here? Well, I said something earlier on this call about that. I said I would come back and tell you more about how people can make nice contributions to you for helping them. And this is what I'm getting at right here. When you receive a donation, you on the second step all the way down to the 7th step. And by the way, we have 3 floors, and that rule applies to all 3 floors. The second floor is 10 times the first floor. The third floor is 10 times the second floor. So when you make a donation up to this person here, they share that donation with the people that referred them and that person who referred their referrer. Well, you do the same thing. When you receive a donation of like $40 and that donation is targeted to you, you have to be qualified to receive it. When you do, you agree to take 50% of that and split it between your referrer and theirs. But you don't have to take care of it. The platform takes care of that for you automatically, seamlessly. You don't have to deal with it at all. But keep in mind.
Now, are you following that? So remember, the first floor, let's say you brought in the 4 people, right? They're going to make that $10 donation to you. And that's the only floor that you don't have to qualify. So you keep all of those 4 $10 donations, which is $40. And you notice to move to the second step, that's $40. So it would behoove you to leave it in your wallet, which we'll talk about with people that don't understand any, a gold wallet, in this case, because typically it's e-wallets. You're going to leave it in there. And then when you're ready to move to the second step, well, you have your money to put into the second step. So just wanted to make that real clear. And then he talks about you're agreeing, you're getting that $40, but the platform takes care of it for you, and it takes half of that and it splits it among those 2 people that are above you. And the same thing is going to happen for you. Let's go back to JC.
Fine. That the people on your first step and second step are going to do the same thing. When they receive donations above step 1, in other words, when they receive donations from their second, third, fourth, all the way down to 7th step, they've agreed to share that with you, 2 generations up. You wouldn't be involved in this if somebody hadn't thought of you and cared enough to share this with you. So that is that appreciation. It's a shared donation, but the donation is actually targeted to one person. The next step, step 3, it's an $80 donation. So 50% of that from the people who are on your third step below.
Another little bit of clarity. If you saw that, in the example just before this one, you're going to receive $320. Half of that, right, you agreed to pay forward, but the $320 you keep. So you might be saying, well, where am I going to get that $80 from? I thought, it was only one time $10. Well, you're going to pull from that $320 the $80 for you to qualify on your third step. And the people that are on your third step below are going to do the same thing for you. Let's continue with JC.
You, when they make an $80 donation, you'll keep $40 of it and share the other with your referrer and theirs. Now, let me give you, this is the 4th step, and I want you to really understand this. This is $200. And then,
and if you remember in the third step, it was, I don't remember if there was any change, but you made $2,500. So you're going to, you can pull the rest of it if you like, but you want to hold $200 in that wallet because, you see, it's going to take care of itself. You're going to be able to qualify for the 4th step with the $200 that you already have in your gold wallet. Okay? Just wanted, people to be really clear.
That entitles you, that qualifies you to receive from everybody that is on your 4th step when they get there. So let's go through this. Let's kind of look at.
And again, as you can see, step 4 is when the excitement really happens. I mean, you're looking at $25,000, what's that, $600. So I think the next step, I believe, is $500. Well, you certainly have more than enough, in your wallet, and you can actually pull that $25,000. And people are saying, well, where's all that money coming from? It's just the power of 4, guys. And that's what this is. And that's the beautiful, beautiful part of it. And the pay it forward part, the 50%, you're taking that donation that is targeted to you, okay, which would have been like, I guess that's 51,000, 50, $3,100, I believe that would be. And half of that, you're agreeing to pay it forward, just like when somebody's on their 4th step, they're going to be doing the same thing for you. Very, very powerful.
This person that is on your 4th step, chances are you don't know them at all. But when they make a donation, their 1st step donation, that goes to the person who is on your step 3, the one that referred them. When they make their 2nd step donation, that goes to the person who referred their referrer, which is 2 steps up, and that is nicely shared with you. When they take their 3rd step up, that goes to the person that you referred, and again, a 25% of that donation is given to you. So when they take their 4th step, that's you. And that's how this works. It just keeps going the same way. $500, and then I am reluctant to show you beyond that because it's such high numbers that it gets kind of crazy. But that's just on the idea of sharing this with 4 who gets 4 who gets 4. And it really should be the 100 who gets 100 who gets 100 who gets 100.
I'm going to pause it because I would like to show at least the next step. As you can see in the little chart to your right, step 1 is 10, step 2 is 40, step 3 is 80, step 4 is 200. So that just that $200, you get 100 of it. And if it's the power of 4, 4 to get 4 to get 4, right? And remember, you're not selling them anything. This is not MLM. This is not network marketing. This is not affiliate marketing. You are helping them create a project. And as JC said earlier, everybody has a project. I bumped into somebody this week who wants to put a wildlife refuge in every state in this country. A big dream, right? But very doable when you start to see these numbers. And that's why I want to show at least step 5. I've just met so many people that want to do so many amazing things. Another woman who for years has been trying to build an orphanage in Africa, and now she can, and she's going to bring her folks in that all want to, they all have that same vision. So it can be for anything. I mean, it can be that, you know, your family's never taken a trip because everybody's living paycheck to paycheck, and you want to go to Hawaii. I saw a platform where somebody wants to take their family to Hawaii. Wonderful. People are funding their weddings. You know, I mean, in this day and time, you know, and it doesn't have to be a touchy-feely thing. It can be something, it can be, you know, you've got, you know, 3 kids and they all want to go to college. And guess what? Because you've been living paycheck to paycheck, you really haven't done anything with the college fund. I know another gentleman that got into what he thought was a wonderful business opportunity, and it turned out that he was totally scammed, and his child's college fund is gone. What a wonderful project. I actually want to get in touch with him this week. And so that's why I want to show you step 5 before I let, JC continues. So we take step 5, and let's see where we'll be as far as numbers. It shows us right down here, and that would be 1,024 people. Step 5 is $500. All right. So we take 1,024 times $500, and that equals $512,000. $512,000. And that's why he doesn't want to show that, because it doesn't want to come off hypey, and, you know, but these are real numbers, guys, and very, very easy, very achievable. So let's divide that by 2, right? Because half of it is being paid forward to 2 people. And there you have it. That's $256,000. Just go look at, you know, Kickstarter, GoFundMe, Indiegogo. These kinds of dollars are really being created out there all through crowdfunding. It's beautiful. And I love it. It is the concept of, you know, sow and you shall reap, right? give, and it is, giving, it is given to you. So it's really a beautiful, beautiful program. And let's let JC finish up. And a lot of exciting things are happening. They're changing the platform. I had a little problem with the platform, a little bit cheesy, and but he takes, he takes feedback so well. And you have to remember, you're paying no fees. The only fees we pay is whatever your credit card or bank charges, because he's not going to pay our credit card fees for us. That we are charged. But other than that, it's zero fees. And you go take a look at those other programs, and they're all being charged fees, and some even charge penalties. Others, if they don't reach their goal within the time they said they were, they have to give the money back. Not the case here. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful program, what he's created. And yeah, get ready, because this is going to become the premier program, the premier crowdfunding program on the planet. No question. Okay, let's let JC finish up. I'm very excited about this, as you can tell.
And if you think that I'm crazy, again, please go look at Go Crowdfunding at crowdfunding.com. Look at Kickstarter. Look what those people are doing. They're not network marketing people. They just have a project, and they're asking people to make a unilateral donation to them. And you have something much, much better, where you can go to them and say, I want to help you with your projects. And you know what? If they say, I really don't, well, you don't have to fight them. Say, would you like to donate to my project? And they may very well say, yes, that's what these other people are doing and getting hundreds and thousands. And if so, you can have a donate button on your project page where you set it up with your PayPal account or whatever you want, whatever account that you use. If you have the ability to take a Visa or MasterCard, you could do that. But
just to make clarity on that, because you don't see that in this presentation, for those of you that have not been through the platform, when you start your project, you would log into your back office and you have a projects page, and that's what he's talking about. So let's say somebody, I don't know who on this planet doesn't, have a project. Everybody does. I mean, literally every single person that you know does. Whether you want to put a new roof on your house, you need a new car, whatever it is. But let's say, like he said, you don't want to fight somebody if they're like, absolutely not. I really don't have a project. I'm rich and wealthy, and and I don't want to help anybody. But yes, I have no problem giving a little money to your project. And that's when you would send them to your projects page, and they would just make a donation at that projects page. They would not, use your link to create a project and then donate the $10 to you and start their own project. They would just go to your projects page, which, there's a lot of, and I can walk you through that, how to create the page. Okay, I'm still working on mine, actually. Just wanted to get some clarity on that as well.
that's what we call an external donation. Our internal donations are the people who actually join this program, this platform. You refer them, and or somebody has, and they are looking to have their own project. Refer people who would like to have their own project, who refer people who would like to have their own project, and on it goes. And that is really the simplicity of this program, of this platform.